Good morning. Welcome to the donut shop at the beginning of the world Monday morning, and it's starting to rain out here. We may have to go indoors and do this at the kitchen table, but we'll see. We'll see. I'm under trees. There's no lightning. We might be okay. Wow, what a weekend. An amazingly good weekend after an amazingly bad week. Much needed. Thank you, Tina Marie, for hosting me out at your property and allowing me to help you take care of an issue you had. Hey, good morning, Eileen. Good morning, Jennifer. Yeah, I thought I'd try something new and, goofy, because I haven't been goofy in a while. And drink. Yeah, so here we are, Monday morning, back to work. Hey, Surinder, good morning. Wow. So yeah, I spent the weekend out at, hey, Melissa, how you doing? Hey, Sherry. Hey, Kevin. Hey, Don. Best way to start the day, crouched on your knees with a cup of coffee. So anyway, boy. No, actually yesterday was really the best way, the best start of a day I've had in a long time, because the breakfast involved bacon and eggs and like farm fresh eggs, like straight from the chicken, and toast covered with butter and all that sort of thing. But before that, up at 6 a.m. wandering the woods, seeking out wild pigs, and got one. And I discovered something. I'm not 18 years old anymore. I'm not sure what happened. But hey, Don, picking beans. Hey, Curtis, good morning. Good morning, Donald. Yeah, so I forgot. Any tips on licorice on growing on Central Texas? No, sorry, Will. I have not had any experience. I know there is a false licorice that grows in that area. But I think the kind of the medium sun border areas, or it's where the wild mock licorice grows, which I believe is in the same family but doesn't have as much of the licoricey chemicals in it. Good morning, Kim. Good morning, Regina. Yeah, we're who knows what June will bring. Like I said, my money was on flying rabid octopuses with chainsaws, but we'll see. Oja Santa, the plant pego. I'm not sure where that grows. I know that's like a vine, if I remember correctly. Whew. Anyway, yeah. So I was out at Tina Marie's property, helping her take care of the feral hog problem. Managed to take out technically seven. And then I got a message from her this morning. They were surrounding her house again. So apparently we didn't do enough, so we got to go back out there. But yeah, cooked up the ribs last night. The kids were mildly impressed. Minnie Weather loved them. Mrs. Weather and the other child aren't big meat eaters, so they were like picking at it a little, but they were really good. But yeah, hauling a 300-pound pig out of the woods and then like cutting it up and everything. I'm sore. I'm stiff. My hands, like you're sawing and you're trimming and you're doing all this stuff for several hours. And yeah, that's this is not the body of an 18-year-old. It may look like the body of an 18-year-old, but inside there are starting to be subtle differences. Kim, calendula. Kim, look up a calendula salve. There are a number of them out there, or even contact Ricardo here. But the calendula is by far the best for the radiation burns. There's also, there is a plant-based thing that helps prevent the burns, and I'm sorry, I don't know off the top of my head which it is. But it reduces the overall burning from the radiation therapy. Curtis, I am hooked on wild pig hunting now. It's this might be, you know, the end of foraging Texas and the beginning of feral pig Texas, but we'll see. I'll stick with the plants, but yeah, it was fun. And you know, we're doing good because man, they are tearing up her property. A few days ago, they got into her chicken coop and killed some chickens and destroyed the coop. The number of pigs they have on their property is insane. Good morning, Rexana. Let's see. Yep, Curtis, I am that man. It was really a good time. We so they have a feeder. Hey, good morning, Joe. Good morning, Beverly. Yeah, I gotta say, I don't get as stiff and sore cutting apart plants. Usually, I've taken down some trees, and that's a lot of work. But yeah, I'm looking in my yard and trying to figure out where I can dig a pit. Hey, good morning, Nancy. But yeah, so they had the trap set up, and we were set up on a feeder. My buddy Carl and I, we plopped down at 4 in the afternoon and just sat there until about 10:30. Yeah, 12 piglets born, 13 survived. That's pretty much about. Oh, Tina, the ribs were fantastic. I loved them. Minnie Weather loved them. Mrs. Weather was okay with them, and then the other child had like a quarter-size piece and decided that's it. Hey, Curtis, I will say, man, reach out to Tina, but I have so many friends that are really excited to try and do this right now. So we got the guns. It's a matter of time. But yeah, I got a list of like coworkers and stuff that I've always wanted to go out and do that. My dad wants to do that, but he's thinking he may not be able to get down here anymore to do that. But yeah, it was okay. So I'm not going to post any pictures or anything, you know, because they're kind of bloody. But I got to tell you, Curtis, it was the most perfect shot in the world. Pure luck. Well, not pure luck, but a lot of luck. But the pig was maybe 50 feet from me, broadside, no brush or anything there, and just the bullet went all the way through, and took the sheared off all the aorta and all the top blood vessels on top of the heart. It was beautiful. Yeah. Oh, it was good. Oh, I mean, the ribs we had last night, we only cooked them for 3 hours, but they were so delicious. I made this rub with some Dijon mustard and some liquid smoke and some other seasonings, and rubbed them all up and wrapped them in aluminum, throw them in the oven, and just baked them for 3 hours, and then broiled them for 5 minutes at the end there. And oh, I can't wait to eat the rest. And man, Tina, you are going to be sick of me, hopefully, by the end of the year. But yeah, so we took out 7 and didn't even make a dent in the population. But you know, it's one of those pieces of there's only a few lanes where you can, you know, fire, and so because of different, you know, things around a road and so forth, so you know, you have to be extremely careful. So anyway, oh, Tina, you're sweet. You're sweet. We had a great time, man. And even those eggs and stuff in your garden, it's like, oh so jealous. I gotta say, I mean, I love the rifle I was using. I've used it for years. I'm pretty good with it, but man, that shot was, yeah, that was a lot of luck involved with the precise placement of that. Okay, so yeah, great weekend. Oh, hello. Oh, sorry, a mockingjay or something just landed on the branch next to me, and then realized, wait, no, there's a person here doing a broadcast. Okay, what else we got going on? So we're still fighting Amazon. Oh, thank you. Those of you who reached out with brick and mortar stores and connection at said stores, where I can reach out to and try and get the Medicine Man Plant Co. products in the stores, because Amazon, I mentioned last week, they decided with herbal supplements that they are going to be very picky about which herbal supplements they let in to Amazon. And one thing they want is a proven track record off Amazon before they will consider you. So that sucks. Michelle, 762 by 39, the caliber. Oh, a 22 Hornet would be nice. I got the 22 mag revolver that I keep as a backup when I'm out there, just for headshots and so forth. But what I want to do is I want to sit on Tina's roof with a spear, and then when they come close to the house, jump down and go cold, full caveman. But we'll see. Oh yeah, so thank you. So I'm reaching out. I reached out to a bunch of them on Friday, and then I had to get things ready for the weekend. Reaching out some more this week. And again, if you have a health food store or some other sort of store that a herbal supplement would make sense, reach out to me and we'll cut you in a nice wholesale deal and try and get our stuff on our shelves, and we'll have what you don't sell we'll buy back, and all that sort of thing. So kind of a no risk to you. Ooh, Mini 30. That's a nice one, Michelle. Yeah, I'm thinking after, like I said, my shoulders, if you're sawing a lot, damn. I actually, for the first time in I don't know how many years, took some ibuprofen this morning. Wow, Faith, publisher moved away from Ingram. Yeah, so the Medicine Man, it's an actual, capsules in a bottle sort of thing. So it's we'll see what happens. But yeah, towards the end of last week, I was getting really depressed about the whole Medicine Man thing. We did just so many walls kept popping up. Like I said, it's just God's way of showing us how, making us prove how badly we want to do this. So we're finding ways around. And really, if we end up never needing Amazon, that would be insanely awesome, because, Amazon can be jerks at times in a lot of ways. Yeah, an axe. I got my big Bowie knife, like for splitting through the pelvis and so forth. But Tina's husband, he lent me a hatchet, so I didn't have to get my beautiful Bowie knife all dirty. I think next time I want to use the Bowie knife. I want to experiment with that. And personally, I felt I did a terrible job cutting up the pig. It's been too many years. I couldn't remember everything. Hey, good morning, Urban Girl. But there's amazingly large number of YouTube videos on how to cut up a pig. So we'll see. Yeah. So that's kind of thing. I mean, Amazon, it's the world's marketplace. I mean, you get more eyeballs seeing your stuff than anywhere else. But in the end, their rules, their regulations, their cut of the profit. Yeah. I mean, and I will say we I think probably in another 2 weeks we'll have the Medicine Man website open, and it's actually looking really cool. I'm very happy with that. Yeah, that's the problem, Kevin. If you wound the pig, you're in trouble. I will say the one we got, she was only probably 2.5 years old. Judged Tina's husband kind of judged the age, and the tusks were short. But I have seen, when I'm out along Spring Creek, I've run into ones with the big ass tusks. It's like who the hell is that? Warthogs loose here. And I will say, if you ever get a chance to touch the big tusk of a hog, you will find they are razor sharp. I was astounded at how sharp they were. Our neighbor was a big pig hunter, and I'd go over there and help him. And man, the teeth on those were sabers. Absolutely razor sharp. It astounded me. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, and that's something, through the website, Kristen, will send people to our safe. Hey, good morning, Alicia. Yeah. So yeah, ooh, my hair. I gotta fix my hair. We're thinking we need to get like a bone blade for a sawzall, because that is tiresome. But man, I'm still riding the wave of it. I so drastically needed this success of this weekend. So, yep. So that's cool, Faith. Yeah. So I hope you all will come here. Well, to Medicine Man Plant Co. website once we get it up. Like I said, we got a group here in Houston called Site Jab that are building the site for us, and they have been very, very responsive. And they're all Houston-based people. Everyone's here, keeping the jobs in Houston and programming, and they've gone as far as to create a custom font for us that is absolutely beautiful. It is like, if you think, Medicine Man font, their font that they created is just perfect for it. Hey, good morning, Donna. Yep, Michelle. That's definitely that. The pig hunting rifle. The more rounds you have, you should be terrified of wild hogs carry. They are not nice, and they are not afraid of humans. They are cautious of humans. I like I said, I go hiking along Spring Creek a lot, and it is the border between Harris County and Montgomery County, here in Houston, and it is loaded with feral hogs, and they sit there and they stare at you and they huff and they grunt. And the biggest group I've seen so far, there were 13 pigs in it. Usually it's more like 7. And they just sit there and they huff and they grunt, and you got to scream and yell and throw things at you, and then they kind of trot away. Places where they're hunted, they're a little more cautious, but here in the suburban environment, man, no good. Hey, good morning, Chris. A Tommy gun. Yeah, I know someone who has the license to sell you that, Tina, but it's extremely expensive. Oh, Christy, you have 40 acres near Livingston. Okay. I will tell, if you're talking collaborate on medicine or something, probably not at this time, just because I'm so damn swamped. If you're talking about hunting pigs, probably not, because I'm so damn swamped. But I'll try and remember to drop you a line, Kristen. Or if I don't, you contact me and tell me what you had. Ooh, sorry, something very wet just landed on me. But yeah, Kristen, PM me and tell me what you have in mind, and then we can think from there. Wow, lots of. Yep. Oh, hey, good morning, Nicole. Good morning, Dion. Yep, one shot, one kill. That's the way. See, that's the thing. That's why, as much as I like the early human aspects of going with the spear, it seems like a terrible way to die. The pig yesterday, probably less than 3 seconds between shot. It ran 20 feet maybe, and then it was gone. So. Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. Sorry. All I see, that's one of the things here. It's just this list after list. Okay. Kristen, the I can't see threads, so I just assume everyone's talking to me. Go figure. Yeah, and Michelle, and wild pigs, not only are they aggressive and tough as hell, they also carry a number of diseases that can pass to humans. So, cutting up, we're all geared up, taking care of them. We don't want to catch anything and scrub everything down with Clorox and all this stuff. Yeah, Wade, that's the thing. And Mrs. Weather is not keen on the idea of me going after a pig with a spear. So she loves me. She loves me. Ooh. Alicia. Yeah, you're lucky that you both ran. But like I said, my experience where I'm hiking, like up in the Sam Houston and along Spring Creek, is they don't run until you start really yelling and throwing, your walking stick at them and stuff like that. Christy, it is butchered and in my freezer. And then the little bits, like the spine, went to the buzzards. So I was tempted to take the head home and clean off and get the skull, but I figured having a rotted pig head in the backyard isn't the neighborly thing to do. So Oh well. But so my buddy Carl and I, we went to Tina's property. We set up some hammocks out in the woods near her house. And after not seeing anything Saturday night, we retreated to our hammocks. And then around, actually, I guess around midnight, 12:30, I feel a tap on my shoulder, and it's my buddy Carl. And he said, "There are pigs all around us," but we didn't have the guns, and so we just went, well, okay. And I went back to sleep, and he went up into the truck and slept in there. But I figure, I'm high enough off the ground that a pig probably isn't going to do anything, and I'm not going to be able to do anything. But yeah, I think from now on we'll like keep spears or bow and arrows or crossbows or something with us. But yep. So it was funny. The buzzards came from everywhere. Okay, Alicia, that's a great question. So one of the things you do is you examine. Well, first off, you assume they are sick. So you gear up. You have the gloves and everything while you're butchering it, and lots of Clorox. You cook it to a higher temperature, like normal domestic pork. It says cook to about 165 degrees internal temperature. With the feral hog, you want to go up to like 175, like 180 degrees temperature to kill any of the trichinosis or anything like that. And then also just a careful examine, especially of the liver, to make sure there's no spots or parasites or things like that. So it's you examine the liver and the fat are the two main things to look for indications that there can be diseases that you don't want to get involved in. So yeah, but as far as eating the feral hogs, smaller is better, and then female is better than male. Like if you have a male that's over 150 pounds, they're going to taste terrible, absolutely terrible. Female 150 pounds up to like 200 pounds. I thought the pig we got yesterday, just from moving it around, I was guessing 175 pounds, so it was a little bigger than I had planned on getting. But then the husband, John, he estimated it, and he has a lot of experience with it. He thought it was about close to 300 pounds. That being said, the meat was absolutely fantastic. I will say, and some of you might have a problem with this, but circle of life, it was a pregnant female. She had a belly full of little piglets, so that's why we got 7 out with 1 shot. But that's 7 ones that aren't destroying Tina's property now. But because of that, her meat was a lot better than it normally would have been. So ideally, for wild pigs, I don't like going over 150 pounds, but this one turned out pretty good. Okay, well, lots of comments here. Let's see. Yes, Kristen, now is an excellent time looking for chanterelles, especially with the rains we've had. I've seen a number of reports on the Texas mushrooms groups that chanterelles are popping up everywhere. So look for the chanterelles around oak trees in the deep forest. Hey, good morning, Katie. Oh, Katie, you'd be happy to know we took all the fat from the hog, and then my buddy Carl is taking it home and he's rendering it. It was some beautiful, beautiful looking fat. Oh yeah, and the coyote. Yeah, we heard the coyotes yipping last night too, or 2 nights ago. Wow, Chris. Yeah, I can imagine. Hunting a pig from a helicopter. That's where you're just unloading a wall of lead at them. I like the challenge of the precision shot, but the helicopter. I can imagine. But when you see the video of these places that are overrun with hundreds and hundreds of feral hogs, anything works to get rid of them. Nick, great question. Let's see. Okay, oops, so let me put this up here. Any examples what an infected liver or fat would look like? Yes, so if you look at the liver, it needs to be like a store-bought liver. It needs to be nice and dark red and fleshy. One of the key signs, if you have white spots on it, that is bad. I can't remember which infection that is, but white spots are bad, and just get rid of the pig. Black spots are also bad, but if there's spots on the liver, it's generally an indication, especially nowadays, just get rid of it and go find another pig. So the liver needs to look clean, like a store-bought liver, just that rich red purple color and no spotting. You're good to go. That's the main organ that you check. On the fat, I'm out here. My nose is running again. The color. So Texas, about a year ago, allowed the use of warfarin as a pig poison. Warfarin is it basically causes uncontrolled bleeding, but it's kind of slow. But one of the signs that the pig has gotten into warfarin and its meat is loaded with warfarin, and then you would get the warfarin in you, even because it's not destroyed by cooking, is the fat has a blue tinge of, think varicose veins. The fat is strewn with old blood that gives it a bluish tint, and that's a bad sign. That means someone, because these pigs, they don't just stay on one property. They go, they have a loop through multiple properties, and if one of your neighbors is putting down the warfarin poison, it's going to show up in the fat. It's going to have kind of a blue tinge, and again, you just get rid of the pig, because you don't want that. Yeah, the trichinosis, not so much rabbit fever. The rabbit fever right now is kind of scary. Yeah, and then so the wasting deer disease, that's really bad. Like up in Minnesota where my dad hunts and lives, every deer you get, you have to take in and get inspected, because that's stuff that it's like a mad cow disease in deer, and it can spread to humans. So you don't want that. For many, many years, that was all just up north, but it's been slowly creeping south. And I want to say at least there's been one or maybe two cases of deer now in Texas that have had that wasting deer disease. And so those counties are kind of isolated, and you're not supposed to, do anything with the deer there. There has been no indication that this disease or any disease of a similar nature has spread to pigs, though. So, yep, anticoagulant. April, that's a really good question, and I would assume so. And that's one of the reasons that a lot of people were fighting against warfarin, me included, because food chain. You got the buzzards, you got the coyotes, you got the field mice, you got everything that's going to eat the pig that's been poisoned, and they're going to get poisoned too. But the government, in its wisdom, has decided that because the pigs are such a huge, huge, huge problem, that the collateral damage from that is probably going to be minimum. And it's like, well, no. So it's we're in a situation. There's not a right answer. The question is more, what is the least bad answer? And especially a non-selective poison like warfarin, I hate. If there was some way you could take, the pig after it died, but you have to go out in your property every day and look for the dead pig, and that's not going to happen. So, the whole food chain. That's why I'm against planting non-native plants, is because you no longer feed the local insects. And so the local insect population drops, and then everything that eats the insects drops. So it's a crazy thing. On the other hand, there's what is there? There's like 6 million pigs in Texas right now, feral pigs, and the population doubles like every 2 years. So it's crazy. One of the nice things, at least, Texas has done is said, you know what? On private property, with the property owner's permission, you don't even need a hunting license. Just go out and take out the pigs. And so we'll see what happens. Jonathan, and that's probably true, because the warfarin, it's also used as medicine. But Yeah, Wade, and that is something that if you read about the Great Depression, um, the not only did the population of deer in the United States just about get wiped out, but even things like raccoons and rabbits and possums and basically any source of meat. So yeah, one of the bright sides of the current economic crisis that we may be entering is it will probably cut back on the number of feral hogs out there. Um, I will say it's almost impossible to find a freezer right now, a chest freezer to store extra meat because everyone was thinking, oh man, meat shortage. I want to stock up on meat. I need a freezer. And so all the freezers out there have been bought. Kelsey, Kelsey, they should use the meat to feed the hungry. So in Minnesota, for decades, the hunters were allowed to donate their excess venison and geese and whatever meat they had to the food the homeless shelters and the food banks and things like that. But the anti-hunting groups managed to get a law passed that before a hunter could donate the food to the food bank, that the hunter would have to get the meat analyzed to make sure there was no traces of lead from the bullet. And so the donations just plummet. No one's going to spend the money to get the meat check to do that. And so now, they can't it's basically outlawed donating the meat to the food shelters. So there's points where people go out and cook meals and bring them to there's at least one group of hunters that does that, kind of feed the homeless sort of thing. But as far as like donating the meat, the excess meat to the poor, there's a lot of groups that stop that. So oh yeah, squirrel hunting. Yeah. That's the thing. I need a smokehouse. I'm looking in my yard and trying to figure out where I can build a smokehouse because, oh man, I want to smoke stuff. I want to make some smoked hams. So anyway, wow. Okay, yeah. Interesting topics. Shark steak with a piece of lead shot, chipped a tooth. That okay. So growing up, my dad's a big hunter, pheasant, goose. You got used to very carefully eating the meat because every so often there would still be a pellet in it, but they were lead and they were soft. So, if you bit into it, it would deform because it's soft. Oh, that's cool. Alaska donates frozen roadkill to the homeless. I guess that might be a way. Yeah, because Alaska, you will have the cold to keep the meat fresh longer. Yeah, Tina, and I'm looking that up, and I want a slow cooker. Who is it? The other cook guy, Elton John, whatever Elton. He makes a smoker out of a large cardboard box, a electric hot plate, and a aluminum pie pan of like mesquite wood, and just uses that. And I'm thinking, wow, that could be good. Simple. Oh, sorry, just had a really good idea, which hopefully won't burn down the house. But yeah, I have an idea here. Okay, Elton Braun. Yeah, that's the guy's name. Yeah, he has a wonderful cardboard box smoker that he uses. Okay, I've looked online. And really, a smoker is just a big box that smoke flows through. So really, anything that'll work. The main thing seems to make sure it is strong enough to support the weight of the meat. So yeah, and like at Jesse H. Jones Park over by off 1960, where I do the historical reenactments, they have a wonderful smokehouse. I wonder if they could. I wonder if I could donate half a pig to them and smoke the whole thing, and I don't know. Lots of ideas. I've also seen there's things online using an old refrigerator for a smokehouse, and I'm a little iffy about that. Um, I'm thinking like a 55-gallon drum, a clean new 55-gallon drum. Yeah, Charles, definitely I'd want an electric. I mean, there's definitely, there's something about the fire, but the electric, you just set it and forget it. And that works well in my life, except for, eventually remembering it again. Okay. 7:59. Thank you all for letting me talk about pig hunting. An old file cabinet. That's a possibility. Yeah. So basically, you just need a structure and a source of smoke. I like the old filing cabinet idea. Lots of possibilities. My dad has a smoker. Maybe I can convince him that he no longer needs it, but I don't see that happening because he smokes damn near everything. Yeah, so many options. It's just a matter of time. Um, we'll see. Okay, yes, as Tina said, right now we're in a part of the time when we get the birthing pains of a new world, and there's a lot of pain out there. So try not to hurt anyone else. And if you are hurting right now, reach out to us, and we will pray. We will, hold hands and do whatever we can. So, tribe, again, thank you. I was really excited to be here this morning. I missed you guys. I missed you these last 2 days. I know one person sent me a personal message how she had got up really early on Saturday morning. And normally she oversleeps and doesn't get to see it. And then there was no donut shop. And it's like, oh, I'm sorry. I need to rest too. But anyway, love you all. Thank you very much. Have a great day. Have a safe day. Have a wise day. And see you here tomorrow. All right. Take care. Peace out. Love you. Yes, end broadcast.